welcome to Tuesday. Oh my goodness, it is August the 9th of 2022. How did that happen? I don't know about you guys, but it just seems like August is flying by. But with August, you know, we walk into Leo season, and I am a Leo rising. I know very little about astrology, but I do know I'm a Leo rising. So that means that I get inspired with shit, right? Like there's just like, I just get inspired to share stuff with you. So, this inspiration came up about, I don't know, 25 minutes ago. So this is going to be real short and sweet. I just felt inspired to talk to you guys a little bit more about your unique birth codes. You know, I don't know if you joined me last week, but I did a live, which was a little bit better prepared for because I was inspired a little earlier. Spirit didn't really get me with the program today. But anyway, last week we talked about, you know, calculating your life path number and such. So hey, Amber Marie, good to see you. Hey, Varga. Hey, Christina. Great to see you from Spain, my bucket list place. That's awesome. So we were talking about life path numbers last week, and we're talking about the importance of understanding how to decode your date of birth, right? So that's just one facet of how to crack your code when we're looking at numerology, because, of course, we have, hey, Angie, we have so many components to a numerology chart that can give us and offer us a whole bunch of information. But as I said, this is going to be real short and real sweet because an hour from now I'm teaching live in the Clarity Seekers community, which of course you're welcome to join me in as well. If you want to join the community, you're welcome to join in my numerology classes. So I'm going to keep this one real short because, like I said, I've got to go in there and teach in a few minutes. So, hey, Donna, your birthday's today. Awesome. Congratulations. Happy birthday. Hey, Tara. Hey, Priya. Gosh, it's nice to see a bunch of people here that I've seen before and a lot of new ones too. That's awesome. So glad you're joining me. We're going to be talking a little bit today about what is your unique birth code and, you know, considering why you may have chosen it. So, Donna, you know what? It's your birthday. Why don't we do your date of birth? If you want to share your date of birth with your birth year, then we can talk about that a little bit if you're comfortable with that. I'm happy to explore that for you. So we'll look at a couple of birth dates today. Okay, so Donna, you were born in 1964. All right, so let's get right into it. So we know that when we're looking at, let me see, I'm going to share my screen here. Hang on, let's do this, see if I can figure this out. How about that's not the way to do it? Here we go. Perfect. All right, so I'm going to make me go away for a second. There we go. And we're going to make this go bigger. Boom. All right. So this is an example of what I believe to be the correct way to interpret a birth date. However, there are many different ways to interpret a birth date. And I want you to know that I am not, I mean, I know I created a video several years ago saying that, you know, I determined that my way was the highway kind of thing, but I've really softened my approach about that over the years and realized that that methodology works extremely well for me and for a lot of my clients. However, I'm open to the idea that if you add your numbers straight across, you might get a life path number that feels a bit more in alignment with who you are and who might correct that, right? So it's not about me being right, guys. It's, believe it or not, I am an Aries, but sometimes it's not always about me being right. It's about you getting connected to your soul's contract, okay? So this is an example that I use in my classes. So we're calculating life path numbers. So we've got the month, we're going to reduce that to a single digit or a master number, so 11 or 22. We've got the day, reduce that to a single digit or 11 or 22. And we're going to reduce the year to a single digit, 11 or 22. And I don't know, maybe it's possible to have a year that ends up in 33. If that be the case, that's a master number, leave it alone. So in this case, I've used sort of a tricky date of birth to give the example. We have somebody who was born November 22nd of 1979. So November equals 11. So we're going to leave that alone because it's a master number. 22nd day equals 22. Leave it alone. It's a master number. And then when we add 1979 together, it adds up to 26. And then that's a double digit. So we're going to reduce that. 2 and 6 equal 8. So you're simply going to add the numbers that you just reduced. The 22 the 11 for November, 22 for the day, and 8 for the year, right? So when we add those all together, it comes to 41. So this person's life path number is a 41-5. So to recap what we were talking about last week, 41-5 is a composite birth number. That means that this person is here to learn not only about the 5, which is the main lesson, because remember, our date of birth creates the lesson that we chose to learn in this lifetime. So we've got the 5, which is the big lesson, but we've also got the 1 to the left of the slash and the 4 further out to that. So the 1 is closest to that slash. So the 1 says, that's the closest to me. That means I'm going to feel it the most. So the 1 means this person is learning how to be independent, learning how to be creative, learning how to be more of a leader, learning how to be a little bit more ambitious and less codependent, possibly. When we look at the 4 to the left of that, this person is learning how to take things one step at a time. Now the 4 is the polar opposite of the 5. The 5 says, let's do it. The 4 says, no, we got to stop. We got to wait. We got to plan. So this person is learning how to plan things out, is learning how to create a foundation for themselves, a step-by-step approach without being scattered. The 5 has a tendency to be scattered. The 4 says, no, I got to take it easy, one step after the other, sort of thing. Okay, so that just gives you kind of a quick example of what I'm talking about. That is your unique birth code right there. This person here chose to be on November 22nd. So I do believe there is a connotation to the 11, the November. I think that brings in a lot of intuition because the 11s already are intuitive, right? This does not mean to say you are an 11 because you were born in November, but it does mean that you have some 11 influence in your birth chart, right? But the fact is, this person chose to be born on the 22nd day. The day that you chose to be born on is a core number, right? So this tells us a little bit more about what you're here to learn to further support you on your journey as, in this case, a 41-5. So it's a sub-lesson, right? And it's a master number, which implies this person has had previous lifetimes, because otherwise they wouldn't have been able to handle this kind of an energy in this lifetime. So they had to have a few lifetimes prior to be able to have the opportunity to work with the 22 in this lifetime. So that gives us a clue right there that we're dealing with somebody who's an older soul, right? So all this stuff is stuff I'm expanding on in the community, by the way, guys. So this is a real Reader's Digest condensed version of what I'm teaching, but I wanted to get you to kind of get an idea about it, and for some reason I was told to do this. So hang tight as we get through this. Just a second here. We're going to sorry. Okay. Bear with me. This is a new product for me. Full screen. There we go. Perfect. All right. So remove that one. Okay. Let's go back because I promised our birthday girl, Donna Sweeting, that we were going to talk about her date of birth. So now that you know the basic principles of how to do the calculation, let's look at Donna's. So today is August. That's the 8th month. She was born on the 9th day, and she was born in 1964. Okay, so August is a single digit. That's an 8 straight up. Okay, the 9th day, single digit, straight up, easy. 1964, when we're going to add that together, 1 plus 9 is 10, plus 6 is 16, plus 4 is 20. It's double digit. Reduce it. 2 plus 0 equals 2. So now we have Donna, who has a life path number that when we add up August, that's the 8, plus the 9 for the day, plus the 2 for the reduced year, okay, that comes up as a 19. Well, that's a double digit, isn't it? But we're still going to leave it as a double digit in this case because the 19 holds a karmic debt. Who knew, Donna? So you want to check out my video on YouTube, which talks about karmic debt 19.1. So it says that you're a bit of a hard ass in a previous lifetime. So you're a leader, somebody who was, oh, I'm sorry, you're 64, born in 1958. I missed that. Oops. Okay, sorry, my mistake. All right, let's do this again. 19. I thought when you said 64, you were born in 64. Okay, so 1958, 1 and 9 is 10, plus 5 is 15, plus 8 is 23, and that comes to a 5. So, sorry, guys. So we're going to add that up. Maybe you weren't a hard ass in a bad previous lifetime. Don, you might have just saved yourself. Let's see. 8 and 8, 16, 17, 20. Okay, so you're a 22-4. So your life path number is a 22-4 because you're born in August, that's an 8. You're born the 9th day, that's a 9. So we're going to add 8 plus 9. And then 1958, when we added that straight across, came up to 23. 2 and 3 equals 5. Okay, so 8 plus 9 plus 5 equals 22. So you're the older soul. So this is somebody who is very much likes to know what's going on, likes to have a plan, doesn't feel safe without a plan. Security is very important to you. But the key thing here, because you know I teach numerology a little differently. I want you guys to crack the code. This is not enough to say that you're just a 4 life path number. It's never enough to say you're just a 4 life path number or a 5 life path number. What were the numbers that added up to that single digit? Those are part of the code, and you got to know what those mean, right? If you're really going to crack the code on your birth date, you got to know what that means. So it's important to examine them all, to examine all the days or all the numbers in your date of birth. So in the case of you, Donna, you're a 22-4. That means that you have double the intensity. This is a master number. Double the intensity of the 2 vibration. The 2 vibration is learning how to be a partner, learning how to play nice in the sandbox, learning how to be supportive, learning how to manage your sensitivity. But at the end of the day, you're a 4, right? So what does that mean? It means that in order for you to build the foundation that you want, and it's likely something bigger than what you've already done, because this is a humanitarian aspect. So when we look at the 22-4, we know that the way that you're going to build that foundation is not by yourself. It feels like you should do it by yourself, but it's not, right? It's related to learning how to be in cooperative relationships so that you can get the job done. Like if you have this big vision for humanity as to what you want to do to create something amazing, you got to do it with partnership. This is not about you doing it by yourself. Okay. So that's one thing that we can look at. We also look at the fact you're born on the 9th day, which brings in, again, that 9. This is basic stuff, guys. This 9 is about humanitarianism. This is the need to fix, the need to heal, the need to support humanity in some way. So you're the extreme fixer, Donna. So you have a need to kind of reach out to help people. But your job is to learn how to help people to help themselves, not be superwoman all the time. As we look at the date of birth, and again, as I move through the classes in the community seeker or the clarity seekers community, we are going to be expanding on all of this kind of stuff. You can join the classes for $22 a month and you get in 4 times a month, right? So if you really, really want to know who you are or who your crazy kids are or who your crazy in-laws are, you need to be in the community so you can figure this stuff out, right? I'll give you information here in a second on how to do that. And in about 45 minutes, I'm going to be teaching the first live class in the Clarity Seekers community. I can't wait. So it's very exciting. This is like a dream come true. So thank you for putting up with me today. Okay, so I want to go to talk to Varga because Varga was the first one on. Are you still there, Varga? I hope. You're the first one up today, sending me all kinds of nice messages before we even got on. And so you are February the 11th of 1976. So what do we know about February the 11th, 1976? We know that Varga was born on the 11th day. So that tells us, without looking any further into Varga's chart, we know we're dealing with an older soul. We know we're dealing with somebody who's very intuitive, bordering on psychic too, right? You could really develop your psychic potential. In fact, you kind of agreed to do that because the 11s are the visionaries. The 11s are intended to create something that will inspire other people. They are the messengers. They are the creative messengers, right? So it comes from authenticity and originality. How do we know that? Double ones. Double ones, right? Double ones, 2 ones. So that's, the double ones, it is about leadership, creativity, authenticity, originality, all these sorts of things, and stepping into who you really are and contributing your own personal gift, right? So we know that just by looking at the day that you were born on. But when we break down your date of birth, February the 11th, 1976, February is the 2nd month. Okay, so that's a 2, single number, leave it alone. The 11th day is a what? Master number, right? So we're going to put that in as a master number, leave it alone. So now we have 2 and 11. And then Varga was born 1976. Add 1976 together. 1 plus 9 is 10, plus 7 is 17, plus 6 is 23, and 2 and 3 equal 5. If my math teachers could see me now. So 2 plus 11 plus 5 equals 18. So Varga, your life path number is an 18-9. So the 9 says you're the humanitarian. The 9 says that you are interested in making a difference on the planet. You're not quite sure how to do that quite yet. But what we need to know is, what kind of a 9 are you? Well, we've established you're an 18-9. Okay, that means you've got sublessons of the 1 and also of the 8. You could have been a 27-9. You could have been a 36-9 had the numbers added up differently, but those are different 9s, right? We got to make sure that we know who is Varga. Like what did he sign up for? What is it that he's supposed to be looking at? So when we look at the 18-9, we know we have the number 1, right? So this is the one that's furthest out, so you're not feeling this one quite as much, but that 1 relates to The 1 relates to developing confidence and clarity in who you are, and independence and leadership, and being that creative person that we know that you are. You're insanely creative. The 8 says I've got to learn how to value myself. I have to learn how to work with money. I have to learn my worth, myself, get comfortable with my relationship with money, things like that, so that you can be the best 9 that you can be. So it's about being honest with yourself. It's about working with your own power, your own control, learning that you don't have to be bossy to get your own way, sort of thing. There's ways to manage that. Is stepping into your confidence and just finding something that you can deliver that's uniquely your own. So there you go. Hopefully that has helped you out in some respect. I want to show you something, guys, just to further the lesson here. Hoping everybody can see that okay. Let's bring it up. Okay, so here's an example, and I've used this example before, so I apologize if you're watching this again and it's the same example, but it's a good example, okay? So this is my date of birth, March 25th, 1959. So we know that March is the 3rd month, okay? We know that, so it just comes down as a 3. We know that the 25th day is a double digit. It's not a master number, it's just a double digit. Add it together, it's going to come to 7. When we take 1959, add that together, it's going to come to 24, and 2 and 4 are 6. So now if we add 3 plus 7 plus 6, it's going to come to 16. And 1 and 6 equals 7. Now, why is this important? Because had we added all of those numbers straight across, it would have come up to 34. So that would have been my unique birth code had I added the numbers straight across. Now, I'm not saying that that's the wrong way to do it. Really, I'm not. I used to say that. I'm not saying that now. I am saying, for me, that didn't work, right? And it led me to search a lot further. And when I did search further, I started to understand that, okay, the 3 doesn't make sense to me. That's learning how to communicate and to write and to, speak and be a public speaker and all that. I don't have any trouble with that. The 4 relates to stability and process and planning and all that organization stuff. I got all that. So it didn't make sense to me. The 7 made sense, but the 34 didn't. So when I break it down this way, which is, by the way, give credit to Matthew Oliver Goodwin, who was our master numerologist back in the 80s. It's his theories that I teach from, because I really believe in them. This is his methodology, right? So I come up as a 16-7. So the 1 says I had to learn how to develop confidence. I had to learn how to be a leader. I had to learn how to step into my uniqueness. I had to learn how to do me, right? So those are big lessons, still big lessons for me, right? Related to the 1. The 6 says I had to learn how to be responsible and manage my responsibility, meaning that I tend to be overly responsible. So I'm taking on way too much that's not necessarily mine. And also learning balance in my life, and that's a massive one for me still to learn. But at the end of the day, I'm a 7, which is the spiritual teacher. We get all that. Take it one step further, guys. The 16 is a karmic debt for which when I studied it, I went, damn straight, I am so working on that one, right? So for me, this speaks to me. It may not speak to you when you do it. But the point I'm trying to make here, let me exit out of this screen. The point I'm trying to make here is that in order for you to really know who you are, in order for you to really understand why you're here and what it is you've signed up for and how you're really going to knock your life right out of the park, you have to understand the numbers from 1 to 9. Okay, we've got to start at the beginning. We need to start with baby steps, right? What does the 1 mean? Okay, and it's not, that's what I'm teaching today in 40 minutes in the community. What is the 1? Like most of us have a 1 somewhere in our charts. What does it mean? Well, it depends on where it is, right? If it's a life path number of 1, the life path number of 1 relates to learning lessons related to independence and confidence and leadership and all that kind of stuff, right? But if it shows up as a result of examining your birth name, which I'm not talking about today, so don't ask me about it because it takes too long. I'm trying to stay focused. If it's related to your birth name, that's a talent and a gift. That tells me she is or he is a good leader. He has the potential to be all of that, right? To be the leader, to be independent, to be courageous, to be original, all those sorts of things. You see the difference? If it's a life path number coming from your date of birth, it's a lesson. If it's coming from your full name on your birth certificate, it is a talent and a gift that you brought with you to support you on your journey as whatever your life path number is. And then when we look at the vowels in your birth name, the vowels will tell me what you're passionate about, okay? So this is what we're going to be exploring in the group. We're going to be digging real deep. but we're going to do it piece by piece. I've never taught it this way before, and I think I'm just excited to be able to do it this way. So twice a month, I go twice a day into the community, and say it's $22 a month if you want to join. I go into the community and I teach numerology. So today we're starting, let me show you this. There we go. Today we are starting the, there. This is level 1. We're starting right at the beginning. And I don't care how much numerology experience you have, you will learn a ton in here, okay? So this will be done not like this. This is going to be done on a Zoom chat so that we're all live together talking about it, right? So I have a slide presentation. We go through it and then we'll all be talking about it so that you will get to know your chart very, very personally, right? So you're learning numerology, but you're also learning about you. So the point of my whole group is it's a clarity seekers community. We're seeking clarity. We need to know what the heck we're here for. And our best clues come from the date of birth that we chose to come with. And the name, we didn't choose the name on our birth certificate, excuse me, but we did choose the vibration of our birth name, okay? So the vibration of our birth name supports our journey as the life path number, whatever we chose, okay? So hopefully that makes sense. Let me go back to some comments here, answer some questions. Lynn Bridge is here. Yay, good to see you, Lynn. I cannot wait to see you here in a few minutes. We'll be able to see you live. Yeah, so it's going to be fun. And Amber Marie's, I've been studying them. That's great. Awesome. Right. So Moon Fae 11. Let's talk about you for a second. Well, not about you. Let's talk with you. So you were born February the 14th of 1975. So this one's a little bit of a different one to look at. So let me write it down. February is 2, right? So we've got, you were born on the 14th day, and then you were born in 1975. So in my opinion, the way you would break that down is February is a single digit. Okay, so it's number 2. The 14th day is a karmic debt. Okay, but we're still going to add it together. 1 plus 4 equals 5. And then we have 1975. 1 plus 9 is 10, plus 7 is 17, plus 5 is 22. Okay, so what is that? That's a master number. Leave it alone. So we've got 2 plus 5 is 7 plus 22 is 29. So yes, you are a 2911 life path. So that means that you are here to learn the lessons related to the number 2, which is managing your sensitivity, learning how to cooperate and collaborate with people. It's learning a little bit of balance. It's learning to be fair and equitable, that sort of thing. And then the 9, of course, relates to not having that huge need to always, jump in there to save the world all the time. And trust me when I tell you guys, we're giving you the absolute Reader's Digest on these. We will go into this much deeper when we get into class, but I've only got so much time today. So ultimately, you're 2911. So that means we're talking to an older soul. Anytime we see the 9 energy in there too, that indicates an older soul. So we've got the 2, we've got the 9, we've got the 11. The 11, of course, double ones, double need to be independent, to be seen, to be heard, to make a difference, to share something unique with the world that's going to help people on some level. But we can't ignore the fact that you were born on the 14th day, which brings in that karmic debt, right? So the karmic debt of the 14 says that in a previous lifetime, you made some hasty decisions, right? Think about it. It's a code, 1, 4, 5, okay? So you made some hasty decisions that cost you everything, cost your family everything, cost everybody everything, right? So now in this lifetime, there's a part of you that says, I want my freedom, but there's a little part of you that goes, but I'm kind of afraid to take it. So the 5 says, I want my freedom, and the 4 says, yeah, but you have to go at it really slow. Because remember what last time was all about? It's kind of a shitstorm, right? So we can't do that again. So we have to be a 4 here. So the 1 says, I got to develop confidence in myself. The 4 says, I have to take a step-by-step practical approach so that I can have the 5, which is the freedom that I so desire. Okay? So there's a lot in that date of birth, isn't there? Right? So thanks for sharing that. That's awesome. So Angie's saying, I work out every client's life path number, even though I'm not seeing them for numerology, because it helps so much to know the best approach to their therapy sessions. It's a fantastic tool in your toolbox. I so appreciate you saying that, Angie, because honest to God, that is why I got into numerology in the first place, was because I was a Reiki master with a crazy practice, super busy, working all the time, and I didn't have a whole lot of time between clients, and I wanted to know them more intimately so I could help them better, and I could help them to help themselves better, right? So understanding, if all you know about it from a person is what day they were born on. Like just the day they were born on tells you volumes about that person. Even if you don't know the year, if you know just the month and the day they were born on, you'll know what personal year they're in and how they're being affected and how you can approach them better. This is such important stuff to know. Absolutely such important stuff to know. Hey, Antoinette, thanks for joining us. There's Nicole Young. Let's see, December 28th, 1987. Okay, so we know that December is a double digit, Nicole. So what are we going to do with that? Add 1 and 2 together. It comes down as a 3. The 28th day, we're going to add 2 and 8 together. Comes to 10. 1 plus 0 equals 1. 1987, 1 plus 9 is 10. Plus 18, or plus 8 is 18. Plus 7 is 25. And 2 and 5 equal 7. So this breaks down. 3 plus 1 plus 7 comes to an 11. So you're an 11 life path number, right? So hopefully that was helpful. Oh, you're welcome, Moonfei. That's awesome. I hope that helps you, Nicole. Let me just run back up here. I didn't want to miss anybody. Hi, Mylu. Good to see you again. Good to see you again. It's always nice to see people repeating. Ingrid Marie is here. Nice to see you too. Okay, let's see. I just want to do, and Carol's here. I feel, you know what? I feel like, do you remember Miss Sarah from Romper Room? I'm dating myself, right? So I remember, she used to come, she'd start her show and she'd romper, bomper, stomper, do, tell me, do. Have all my friends had fun at play? Right? Oh, I see Ebeth and I see Sean and I see Donna. And when I went to my first psychology class when I was in university, she happened to be my professor. So maybe I'm following in her suit. But anyways, again, I'm dating myself here. Donna might remember her because she's sort of in my age bracket. Jenna, don't know if I've done yours before. Jenna Melanson. So March 10th of 1985. March equals 3. The 10th day, we're going to bring that down as a single digit. 1 plus 0 equals 1. 1985, 1 and 9 is 10. Plus 18, 8 is 18, plus 5 is 23, 2 and 3 are 5. And so you are, I'm glad you provided your date of birth, because here's an example where Jenna does not have what we call a composite life path number. She is straight up a 9, that's it, right? Because March comes down as the 3, the 10th day comes down as a 1, and 1985, 1 and 9 is 10, 18, 23, that comes down as a 5. So 3 plus 1 plus 5 equals straight up 9. Okay, so you've got to really work hard to understand what that 9 means. So thank you for that date of birth. That was great. But I will point out for you as well that the fact that you were born on the 10th day, again, this is stuff we're going to be teaching in the community, that 0 is important. Right? You weren't just born on the first day. You weren't born on the 19th day or the 28th day. You were born on the 10th day. The 0 says you're here to work with your intuitive gifts. Okay? So you are very sensitive. You are very empathic because you're a 9. But you're also here to use your intuitive gifts to make a difference. Right? So hopefully that has helped you in some way. Okay, Ebeth. You are August 21st, 1971. So August is an 8. The 21st day is a 3. 1971. 1 plus 9 is 10. Plus 7 is 17. Plus 8 is 18. And that's a 9. So here's a case in point, Ebeth. If you add your date of birth straight across, August 21st, 1971, it adds up to 29. Now, if you feel like you're a 29, go with it, right? I'm not going to argue that. If you feel like you're in a 2911, then go with it. I would ask you to explore my method as well, which would be to break everything down independently. So the 8th month would come down as an 8. The 21st day comes down as a 3. 1971, 1 and 9 is 10, plus 7 is 17, plus 1 is 18. 1 and 8 equals 9. Add those straight across, and it comes up to 20. My personal opinion would lean towards you being a 20/2, but sometimes it's hard to tell the difference. So I do have a video on YouTube. If you just go to the search engine on my channel and just type in the word difference, the video will come up. And it talks about the difference between being a 20/2 versus being the 11. And I'm not saying you're not. I want you to know that. I'm not saying you're not. I just want you to take a look, at both sides so that you can really dive in to see exactly who you are. Hoping that helps you a little bit. Varga, I'm glad that worked out for you. Hey, Tim Everett, nice to see you. Always welcome to have 11s in the group anytime. So yeah, Amber, it's just that's a topic I'm just not going to go into today because that talks about expression numbers and all that kind of good stuff. So it's something we'll cover in the group for sure, but I just can't do that on this one for sure. Okay, Truth Traveler, let's take a look at you. I've not seen you before. I don't think I have. So we're talking January 24th of 1993. So 1993. Okay, so January comes down as a 1, single digit. 24th day, add it together, comes down as a 6. And 1993, 1 and 9 is 10, plus 9 is 19, plus 3 is 22. So you're at 2911. Because we're going to add your year, 22, to the day, which is 6, it's 28, plus 1 more is 29. So you're at 2911. I got a couple of videos on YouTube about 2911, so hopefully that will help you. You do have a sub lesson related to the number 6 because you're born on the 24th day. So that says that you too, just like me, need to really work on examining why you feel you're the only person that can do it. Like, why do you feel this need to jump in to support your family and whatever? Is your self-esteem a little bit shaky that makes you feel like you have to jump in and take on responsibility for a bunch of stuff? Lots of shadow stuff in there. Trust me, I am the queen of shadow stuff. Relates to the number 6, the perfectionist in me. All right, let's see. Lots of questions here. All right. So Antoinette, good to see you here as well. So your birthday is, I can't tell, is it July 2nd or is it February the 7th? Because you wrote it that way, I can't really tell. But either way, the life path number comes down the same way. So where did you go? You bounced out of my way, and I know I can't even find your date of birth. So if you want to post it again, I will definitely take a look at it. Okay, let's take, all right, let's see. Let's take a look, Diana. Ajima, I hope I pronounced that correct. So now, let's see, June 4th of 1981. 1981, 1 plus 9 is 10, plus 8 is 18, plus 1 is 19. So that comes down as a 1, right? Because 1 and 9 equals 10, and 1 plus 0 equals 1. So it's 6 plus 4 is 10, plus 1 is 11. So you're straight up 11. So your sub-lessons relate to the double 1 vibration. Okay, so what time is it? 12:32. Oh, I've only got a couple of questions more, and then I gotta go because I'm going to be teaching, as I said. 40. I'm 47. Yeah, 11 year, and the pressure is palpable. Yeah, exactly. All right. So, hey Kira, good to see you too. January 26th of 1973. Okay, January is a 1, comes down as a 1. 26 comes down as an 8. In 1973, adds to 20. 2 plus 0 equals 2. So 2 plus 8 is 10, plus 1 is 11. You two are a straight up 11. So your sub lessons relate to learning the intensity of the number 1. Okay, which for all you 11s out there, this will be an awesome day for you to join the community because today I'm talking about the number 1 and what that means to you. So we're not going to be talking just about how it fits into your life path number. We're going to look at how it fits into cycles. We're going to look at how it fits into your day of birth. We'll look into how it fits as an expression number. We start talking about things like growth numbers and achievement numbers, and it goes on and on and on. Anyway, so this is a long-term thing. So between now and Christmas, we're teaching the basics so that you can really build solid information. You can get really feel the confidence related to learning how to speak numbers. Nobody's teaching anybody how to speak numbers, in my opinion. I think it's really important that we start at the alphabet, right? This is our alphabet. Numbers are a code, and everything in your date of birth and everything in your birth name is intentionally put there. I want you to be able to crack your code so you know why you're here and you're not suffering the confusion from it. Once I figured out, this is a side note, but I mean, my first name is Ann, A-N-N. Once I figured out that Ann was my growth number and that A-N-N adds up to an 11, I'm like, damn, right? If I had only known that like years ago, I would have started studying more and more about the 11. I would have been of service to the 11s a lot sooner, right? But the growth number tells me what do I need to do to be that spiritual teacher? Because my life path number is a 7. That's the spiritual teacher. The clue for me was in my first name as to what it is I was supposed to be doing. All this stuff I'm going to be teaching, so I really would love for you guys to join in. It's on right now. There's a bunch of bonuses too. There's 2 programs that you can sign up for. You can just hop over to this website, to my website, ampernumerologist.com. Go up to the top and it says, check out the Clarity Seekers community. You still got about a half an hour before we get going. So I would love for you guys to hop on, join the magic, man. Like, this is so much fun in there. We've got our own Facebook group. Well, it's not Facebook, but it's our own chat group in there where we can communicate with each other. We're sharing our favorite inspirational videos. We're sharing our music. We're sharing our favorite books are in there as well. So I put on little challenges all the time. I'm going live 5 times a month in the community, and it's $22 a month, right? So, and you can cancel anytime. Like, if it doesn't work for you, that's cool. But if you really want to do this kind of work and you really want to dig deeper and you can see how this would improve your life in any way, just knowing what your kids are all about, what the heck's that all about, right? My mother used to say we should have eaten that one at birth. She clearly didn't know numerology, right? So, God love her. She wasn't wrong in a lot of cases, a lot of times. But anyway, so you know what? I'd love to have you. We like to have fun, as you can tell. I'm trying to take the dark and the serious out of numerology and anything spiritual. And we talk about anything from aliens to past lives to Akashic records to you name it. There's like 45 classes in there already you can check out that all come with it, right? And every month we get a new one. So it's a really great learning opportunity, and I freaking love hanging out with you guys. So check it out. I would really love to have you in there. But I am going to have to check out because I'm going in the group to teach. So join me. Check it out. AnnPerryNumerologist.com. Go up there, hit that button. Let's get started. At least you get an idea as to what the classes are all about. If you only sign up for a month, heck, you're going to get four classes and a master class all live. So love to see you there. Okay, guys, love you tons. Thank you for showing up. It's so much fun when I have an audience to talk to. So it's so neat to see so many of your familiar faces. And Lynn, I'll see you on the other side here shortly. Can't wait. That's awesome. And yeah, hoping to see many more of you too. So let's join the community and kick some ass this year. All right, guys, love you. Take care. Hoping you're creating your best day ever. Bye for now.